Hello and welcome back here to Cage 2 at the 2021 IMAF Youth World Championships, and it is a meeting between Ukraine and Russia, the numbers 1 and 2 so far. Ukraine in the blue corner and Russia in the red. It is Ukraine's Alicia Stoyanovskaya against Russia's Elizaveta Egoshina. And Egoshina with a noticeable height advantage, and as I said, representing Russia, who are out here in force this year after coming up in third place in the last competition in 2019, which the national team was very disappointed with. They felt they've been considered the best for such a long time, and coming up in third was beneath them in their opinion. All right, some nice little exchanges there to the body. Remember, there are no strikes to the head in B-class youth MMA. Let's see who can get their opponent down. Nobody particularly deep in on this clinch. Jockeying for position are these two. Oh, nicely done there by Russia's Elizaveta Egoshina. Gets her opponent down and advances into half guard. Oh, and very nicely done there by Ukraine's Alicia Stoyanovskaya, using that half guard sweep. She doesn't end up in her opponent's half, and it's still full guard. Nonetheless, a much better position for her. Let's see if she can advance to a better position. She's got a front lock here. She might actually go for a submission from this position, or she might just take the back instead. Okay, she instead ends up in side control. And Ukraine has really been doing well this competition. And just as I say that, Ukraine's Stoyanovskaya advances to full mount. We've seen many finishes here in Cage 2 so far from a full mount, several arm bars. And Ukraine, just a success story. Last year at the IMAF, or sorry, at 2019 at the IMAF Youth Championships, they came in second place, which was very unexpected. And look at this, she's going for an arm bar. She's going for an arm bar. She doesn't have the legs quite locked down like she would like to. You see that the Egoshina had her opponent's legs between hers, which made it very hard for Stoyanovskaya to be able to extend the way she would want to, but she does return to full mount, and nonetheless she is dominating here on the ground. After a pretty even exchange on the feet, it has been all Ukraine. She's going for the armbar again, but you've got to get position before submission. But look at that, now she's got both legs over. She's just got to get the arm extended, and that's hard to do when you've got the cage. Yeah, very smartly done, moving more to the middle of the cage, because when you've got the fence against your back, you can't really stretch out like you would need to in order to properly get the submission. That's why sometimes the fence can hinder a submission. Less than a minute left here, and she goes for it again. But she does not have a position. She's obviously very anxious to get this finish here, but with 30 seconds left, the question is if she will have time to do so. However, we have seen some very late finishes so far. And you can see there Egoshina from the red corner and Russia doing her best to sort of tie up her own arms to make sure that she doesn't get submitted. Less than 10 seconds left. Can Stoyanovskaya get it? Nope, that about does it. But that was still dominance on the ground. Submission attempt to submission attempt. And no question as to who won that one. It was all Ukraine action on the ground, armbar to armbar.
And over on cage 2, your winner in the blue corner, Ukraine.
Very nice work from Ukraine. So far, doing extremely well here at cage 2. And so far undefeated here at cage 2 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we had Anastasia Horodoviska getting a very, very quick